Hey all, it's Ben again from Couchside Resistance. You know, I was thinking today about how much MAGA is gaslighting us on gas prices and how they don't want us to trust our eyes, but it's more than what we see with our eyes. It's actually what we don't see, and what we're not seeing really that much is how Brent crude is affecting the price of oil. Now, Brent crude is the main way, is the global benchmark for how we price oil. And you can look it up, but it basically, it if Brent crude rises, the rest of oil rises with it, and the price of Brent crude right now is surging to, it's $100 a barrel. Some places it's 115, 110 to 15, but the physical barrels that they're actually using to refine the oil, to make gasoline, to make diesel, to make kerosene is costing $130 a barrel. So this is really, and plus what's happening because there's such a risk transporting oil through the Strait of Hormuz. Now they're adding a risk premium on top of the price of on top of the price per barrel. So it's it's pretty, it's pretty bleak if you look at it. And I feel like, the media is kind of giving, like, I mean, I don't know if it's a free pass. I mean, Harry Enton from CNN, he's constantly talking about Trump's poor ratings when it comes to things like the economy and the cost of living and stuff like that. But, when it really comes, I don't think the media is doing a good job enough explaining how crucial and devastating this predicament we're in now. And the thing that, like, really kind of, like, is exacerbating it all the more is the fact that, like, Iran has successfully destroyed some Gulf state refineries, and some of those states we use to refine our oil. And though we produce a lot of our oil domestically, that hasn't stopped. But what but what's happening beyond our domestic supply is the fact that, like, these corporations, kind of like trickle down the costs. If they have to raise the price of gas in one country, they're going to raise it in another. And so this is a trifecta fuckery, really. It's like you have, on one hand, you have a president who is so gung ho on being, like, 18th century, 17th century imperialist warmonger. But then on the other hand, you have corporations who, don't really care about the situation we're in. They're just exploiting the circumstance and profiting from it. And, so we have to not let these people gaslight us and tell us that, we've never had it better. We're in a golden age, and, like, and whenever you talk to your family members, like use their own words against them. Use their own words against them and tell them, like, do you really believe we're in a golden age? Like, according to Trump, according to Kevin Hassett, according to Cash Patel, according to Pete Hegseth, all these people, like, proclaim that we're in some golden age and that, the American dream has never been better, when in reality, the American dream is dead. You can't afford a house. The most basic thing that, was supposed to be a part of the American dream is, like, out of reach for so many people. If you think about it, the average income in this country is what, like, like 40,000 a year. Yeah, fact check me on that one too, but it's not that high. And, you know, when you juxtapose it to the cost of living, it's totally out of whack. And, you know, not to mention, you know, like this affects all of us, you know, and everyone, you know, has to drive a car because our country lacks, you know, any any semblance of a functioning public transportation system, you know, and but we're all forced to have a car, and we all have to drive, and we all have to fill up the tank, and so we're kind of forced in this, and then we're being told that we're, you know, when even though we're paying, you know, even though we're paying more for essentially everything, food, housing, uh, clothes, you know, paying more for gas, obviously, but we're also paying more in health insurance, and you know, it's just like everything is just you know, everything is just, it's just culminating into this one big explosion, and you know, I mean, I was watching this one guy named Stephen Keen, and he was saying there was like 5 different scenarios that might transpire from this war. One, you know, Iran could win this war, which it seems like they're at least winning the propaganda war for sure. But you know, at another hand, you know, like, you know, Trump might use nukes because, you know, he's freaking out. He's like, he's trying to act like he's got everything together and like he's won this war, but I think he's freaking out behind closed doors about the Strait of Hormuz big time. And he's, you know, probably, you know, I don't want to judge, but, you know, having bowel issues because of it, you know, it, like, according to that one guy in Apprentice, he got so angry because he couldn't spell albatross and then just defecated all over himself. Right. You know, so, but that's the stuff we're dealing with. Right. And, you know, don't let them, we can't let them take our world. You know, this is our world too. And we deserve a say just like everyone else, and you know, they can't have all the power, and if anything, I think they don't belong anywhere near power because they've proven to do nothing but protect pedophiles, start wars, and give tax breaks to the wealthy, you know. So we need to we need to just resist at all costs. And you know, I'm against violence in every sense of the word, but you know, we do need to fight. We do need to take some like I was watching Josiah from Pondering Politics, and he said, you know, we should take a play out of, you know, the Republican playbook. Not everything, but like we need to learn how to get in the dirt a little bit more and fight dirty and be nasty like them. Like, you know, we can't be playing we can't play a game that's, you know, one-sided. We need to make we need to make it even, and but the only way we make it even is by getting in the dirt a little bit. So, well, I hope you like this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, hit that alert bell. Donate via Patreon if you feel like it. Again, you know, thank you for anyone who subscribed. If you know, if you have any idea on how I can improve this content, that would be more than appreciated. I'm working on creating better content right now. I'm trying to get better equipment. So right now I'm just using my phone, and hopefully soon I'm going to be able to share my screen with you all and show you like stuff I'm actually reading, and like, and it'll be great. All right. Have a good day. Bye.